Okay, hold on. What's that? I'm trying to see. Trying to see what this is. I'll be through. I'm not going to I've seen this y'all ever seen onions with white spots on it like this? Usually that's wet spots and mold. The problem is you can clean it up and it goes away. Yet with this one, it goes all the way through. All the way. It's not bugs. Usually that's wet spots that become mold. Which white mold is not bad. It's green and black when you have to worry, because that's very toxic. But this is something, I think it's chemical deflagration. I'm not going to mess with it. They're doing too much. They're doing too much. I've never in my life grown onions, nor have I ever purchased onions like that. I've never. I'm 56. I have never. You can't even pull it up. I mean, I'm literally. Can't even. I mean, I can add it. Take a picture and add it. You know, I can add this. I don't know. I've never seen that before. No bites, no larvae. I've never seen that. Never seen that. You ever seen that, Bubba? You ever seen that? No, you run over there, play time. Every time you eat is either poop or play. I've never seen that. I've never seen that. Any of y'all ever seen that? I've never seen it like that. Like wet spots, like when I used to grow them, I used to get wet spots from all I water the corn and stuff a lot, like 5 times a day. Because I didn't use electrical. That's the first time I ever got an onion where it's through and through. And then when you look at the back of the white sheathing, everything is fine. It alludes to me, that's organic. That's chemical peeling or something that from the major spots seep through. Even though the membrane, the white part is the membrane that covers the onion, what you see is the red onion. Now I've grown purple onions. Oh, those are fabulous. I've seen it a few times on like the first layer or two. After that, they're good. A little wash, you're good. That is all the way down to the last little piece. There's 2 others. One other I did like that. Now there's another one that is fine. It just turned me off from wanting to have red onion. I'm going to take that, bag it, zip, and I should take a picture and put it on Google and see what people say. They're probably going, oh, it's not to worry about. These fake scientists are doing too much. I don't trust it. Oh, I'm not stressing and worried about it. I just never seen. Have any of y'all ever seen that? I've never seen that. Never in my entire life have I ever seen onions like. I've seen molded ones that set in the back and you clean out the fridge. It's like, oh, dude, I've seen when they're green and kind of brownish when the inside liquefies. We already know what that's get rid of, and somebody didn't rotate the produce appropriately. But you know what I'm saying? Have any of y'all ever seen that? Yeah? No? White spots all over. They're not larvae, maggots, no kind of insect. Watering won't do that unless you overwater it. That's when you get what's called wet spots. But the onion itself is what? 55, 60, 75% water, 55, 75%, 65, 75% water, right? So I could be wrong in those numbers, but that makes no sense. And y'all know I eat raw onions, so that I cut it in half. I peeled off the first 3 layers. It was a big onion. That much I peeled off. And so you saw what was laying there cut in half, looking the inside. And I started peeling, and I was like, wait, these white spots keep going in and in. No, they're not soft. I don't even know if I should wash my hands. They're doing too much. I've never seen that. Those are organic red onions. So I'm just going to bag it. I'm going to take it back to him and say, look, I don't know what this is. I've grown vegetables most of my life. Never seen this. Yeah, I'm going to go wash my hands, man. That's not cool. I don't trust it. I don't trust it one bit. Back to Safeway after I get done reading. Yeah, Papa. I'm right here with you, Papa. I'm right here. Yeah, I'm not going nowhere yet. My hand's a little wet, all right? Come on, Papa. Come on. Come on. Oh, you cleaning yourself? Yeah. Wow. Pretty interesting book. I was watching something, but most of the time I'm missing. There's nothing here. No, there's something close, but it's no, it's not close enough. I already know what this is. This is like in the cheese in the cloth in the bag you have it in. That's pressure that causes the onion to leak out depending on the weight. I've seen that many times. You can remove that and it's good to go. Oh, here we go. No, these are maggots, and you can see the larvae. You can see the larvae. That's not what it is. I really wanted to have some red onion in that, so I put it on low. I can take that back when I get done reading and get another one and show them, hey, look, like, this is not cool. I mean, they don't have no control over it. Like I said, we're getting stuff from places. We should be growing our own stuff, y'all. Only thing about moving from the res, I don't have that soil. Here, I mean, on the front, I can grow some little things, but there's rabbits and everything, and they'll have a grand old time. But it's not so bad. I'm preparing this meal because I made shake instead of eating a solid. I just washed the thing out, and I've seen bad onions. We used to throw them at vehicles and stuff like for fun. I wish I never said that, but we did. So that's not cool. And it looked good on the upper surface. Even though it was spotted. I've never seen that. I'm just gonna stop being retarded. And actually, this is how it looked when I first cut it. When I peeled the layer off, and then I saw the white spots, and I was like, what is this? And as a chef, man, that bothers me to a degree because I'm big on food, like good food. If you get my drift, you know what I mean. Yes, many, Clarissa, many. Somebody like the kids, the Chinese kids, doing with the sticks that I shared with some of y'all, and they're stepping and in unison and they're jumping in, and it's rhythmic. It's the stuff I would love to see all of our little children, the new group, the educated, the ones who are nurtured appropriately, doing these things they would probably create themselves. And the harmony and the rhythm is just stupendous. It's phenomenal. I almost feel like I was there. If I was there, I'd be like watching to get the rhythm and get in there, step, swing the hands up. It's almost it's phenomenal. It's just Rip. I think I shared it with you, right? With the Chinese kids with the sticks, and Mike Combs and a few other people. I think I shared it with you guys. It's phenomenal. The stuff that allows us to be creative. You know what I mean? So don't worry, I did the little beat up this morning. Every morning I'm gonna do something like that because I think it's important. Now, I don't have to explain it all the time because it'll drive some people stir crazy. Now, I mentioned certain things about certain particular people because it needs to be, because you would believe that people in this, if they're gonna claim to be orthodox, that they wanna grow. The sad point is you cannot grow being of origin and display the bad gifts that have been given and parceled out to us that keep us destroyed, for lack of better terms, keep us out of our truth. Is there anything wrong with us seeking our truth? Maybe to the enemy, because we talk about, I can't help the fact that I'm in the military force. I call it forced retirement because the crap was crazy what I went through. I didn't know how to respond to it. It's just take it in stride. This is what happens to us. So they blessed me to allow me to become 100% service connected because I went in there as an abused child. I went in there with scoliosis. I went in there with all kinds of different, but it didn't make me, I still push forward. I push beyond what they needed of us, regardless of whatever time clock, whatever shots, whatever they've done to inoculate, to slow us down, to deaden us. And some of us, unbeknownst to them, it was a bad choice because some of us weren't meant to be touched. Yet the sadistic don't know that. Were they punished? Nobody ever came to me and says, Mr. Branch, James, we apologize for what happened. And it doesn't belong to anybody. We took care of that. Here, utilize this and it may alleviate some of those things. Never done. Why? Because they've made the bad choices. They've chosen the wrong individuals. And that's why and not in my opinion, I believe there are other factors, there are other forces, ominous. When I've seen in my dream, these things exist. Is it possible that they might not exist? Very possible. This could be a culmination of what we've been allowed to see to keep us in a derivative. So I'm always open to the possibilities of other things in this world. Stop scratching on the door. He's upside down, doing his game. He's having fun. If you don't get your from off the laundry room door, I see you. Yeah, you looking at me and I'm looking at you. You want to play? Come over here, cuz. Come over here. What's up, cuz? What's up, cuz? And stop eating your food. He grabs his food with a paw and makes a mess. He's eating like me with a spoon and a fork. He's watching me. He sits there and he watches me. And he used to eat his food out of the bowl like this. Now, before he drinks his water, he pushes the water around. Like when I'm moving when I go to get a cup, I do this. He's emulating exactly what I do with his water dishes. And then when it comes to the food, he looks at me, he looks back down, he kind of leans to the side, and he gets his paw. I'm serious. I'm going to record him doing it one day. And he makes a mess now. It dries up and I vacuum it up, but he does it. He was just doing it. He was sitting there. He moved his water around. He looked at the food. He pulled it off with a little plastic thing, and he to the side, and he ate about 6, 7, and then he went on about his business over there. Now he's looking at me, and he's upside down. I'm telling you. And now he's not doing the meow. He's literally attempting to talk. Like, I'll make a sound like, huh? And he'll go, ah. And I say, what are you saying? Ah. He's mimicking my sounds. My cat is. When I go, I get my deep ones that are pretty loud. I guess the neighbors get quiet. And I do it for like 10, 15 minutes. I mean, I breathe where I can do it for a minute, literally 60 seconds. I'll sleep with my eyes, what's called sleeping open, and I'll watch the shorthand. When I take that 5th or 6th deep breath and I to find that one particular spot that sounds close, and then he'll move, and when it reaches a minute, and I get done, he does that, like. And so I pay attention whenever he's saying something. When I know he's got a poo, he makes 3 different sounds. Cats, I've been around a lot of cats. They just go. And they do their thing. He lets me know. And then it's off to the, I'm being honest with you guys. He's got one of my old socks that's about 20 something years old that I couldn't find the other one. He has a ball. I made 2 knots and he runs with it between his legs. He flips it up. He jumps and flips. Anyway, let's go ahead and read. I just thought I'd share that with y'all to lighten the mood. All right. And if I were a tree, I would have no reason to love human. Maggie Stelber. Let's get off of this. This is 432 gigahertz, and that's not what I wanted. My apologies. It was playing my Slavic. I don't know how I went to that. Honestly, I do not know how it went to that. It was in the beginning, and then all of a sudden it jumps to that. That's not what I. Yeah, that's no copyright. That y'all saw I had no remote in my hand. I'm moving around. It jumped to something else. I bring it back, and it's in the very beginning. And this is right here alone is 3 hours. It was at 39 minutes. And still, I threw it. I can show y'all. I can just put it over there and show you. It jumped from there to the other stuff. It's at 39 minutes. Okay, it jumped. I was programming my Xbox too, putting it back online. I just got me a headpiece. Well, I had to dig it out so I can play online if I decide to. It just jumped over there. I don't know. Anyway, let me turn it down. And 132 gigahertz, I play at night before I go to sleep, and I'll turn it down about this low when I go to sleep. Where I can barely hear it, where it's quiet. I can hear the wind blow. And when I go to sleep, it increases in my head. And I wake up, even though I feel some kind of way, I feel better. Like I said, no secrets. I'm not going to hide nothing from y'all. I don't see the necessity nor the reason to. We live in a world full of lies where we become complicit with our liars. And we lie so much that we lie to ourselves and we believe our lies. I had a wonderful conversation with our original Lone Wolf. Magnificent conversation. I love talking with my brothers. When I talked with Westside yesterday, he checked on me 3 or 4 times, Rondo, after the hospital incident, which rep and all of them. And you guys said go and get checked out. And I appreciate y'all. Love y'all. It's a beautiful thing. But I just wanted y'all to see that I was very calm and practical. It matters not, and it matters the world. Do you get what I mean? Without me saying a whole lot. All right. Because some of y'all don't know, there have been times I've been to in the not too far past where I went to the emergency room 3 or 4 times a week going, what is going on? And I know that they always drew blood, they always just that. And then I realized, you know what? Something is cynical. And I says, I keep giving sway to it. If I stand on my 250, if I stand on my 210s, what I mean, my hand and my feet, if I stand, not mean literally on the ground, but my digits, my left and my right. And if I really mean what I say, then I should be practical in what I say. I'm always thinking, and it's important, I think. And in a way that is not too self-condemning or damning, and not perilous. We're on a journey, and we should know that journey. So in order to take care of myself and control that journey, I must calm myself in whatever consortium that is. I must allow myself to be. No matter what happens. Do you get where I'm coming from? Because we're not meant for this journey. It was never meant, yet we are on it. Okay? So to be softer doesn't mean you're not hard for those who have an ego. To be softer in self, to exist and coexist with self. If we don't seek out a way for that to have meaning, then how can we coexist with one another? What? You talking to me? Oh, he's on the hunt. Oh yeah, he's on the hunt. He's got big brown eyes. He's ready. He done came up and called me. I should have had the camera where you can see. He came up and went, "Stop it. I know what you're doing, cuz." What's up, Papa? What's up? Here. Get. He's low. I love when he does that. All right, let's go ahead and read. Yesterday, well, this is William Cooper's Behold a Pale Horse, which is a pretty good read. I'm enjoying it. How many of y'all know this sign? I meant to ask y'all. How many of y'all do y'all know that sign? What is it imperative to? What is this meaning? What does it infuse in you? Huh? Rep, I know you're going to show me something, but I can't wait to see what you pull up. She found me a couple of good books. So I ordered one because it was pretty cheap. The other one, no, I have a whole bunch of books online, and when you guys finish up, me donate, and if you donate too much, I'll just put it over into the next group of books. So whatever I order next, because y'all know I ordered some books just now, what was left, and then what I added to it, which was about, I didn't want to go over $100. You know, I was like, whoa, 80, I think it was $89.95 or $89.65 or something. I added anyway. I keep Gmail, all my receipts go there. So keep my tripod. So anyway, and there's still books I want to order. It's going to take a while. There is a book out there, and I may order it next month. It's about anywhere between $300 and $500, and somebody had a video up with the guy who ordered it, and I always knew about it. I always wanted to order it. I thought it was like $1,500. It's another very expensive book. I gotta have it. Imperative to add to the collection. It's when it comes to, and then he says, because you said something about King Philip, and he's like, look at this, King Philip's War, and I was like, dude, how much? It's like $500 I paid. And I talked with that individual with any y'all. Anyway, I was like this. He says, I saw somebody get it, so I got it. And now he's a truck driver, the one that I talked to. And he was like, and I was like, dude. So he sent me, and I watched the video, and I was like, I gotta have that book. So anyway, let's go ahead. Yesterday, I went ahead, he's drinking, and showed you Anne and Dorothy, all right? And you know they murdered his wife as well. Yeah. Sad. Anytime anyone's murdered, it weighs heavy. I don't know if y'all ever feel that. I believe we should allow the feeling to move beyond it. Death is one thing for those who succumb to, even if it's nefarious medical. You know, over 250,000 people die every year due to medical malpractice, which majority, 90% of them, be avoided. It always weighs heavy. The moment I started hearing about all these elders, it doesn't matter what race or ethnicity, I'm so tired of that. When this thing kicked off for the last 3 years, and I've seen all the deaths the last 2 years, and the families that couldn't be there, except for the Jews. The only ones who could be there with their people were the Jews. They had their own medical institute, and it was totally different. And a lot of them didn't, if you get where I'm coming from, over in Brooklyn. I watched that one in Israel, friends of mine, in Palestine. They conveyed me much information that if Snopes or somebody was trying to debunk it, I would eat them asunder and sue them for defamation. So that weighed heavy on me. It was disturbingly heavy. But I'm at a place where it's not disturbing. It's a passion that there is an enemy aloof and has a foothold. And at any time, any one of our people, or you and I, intrusively could be subjugated to it. And it's disturbing. A lot of y'all know I'm not into politics. I don't recognize them. There's three places, and it was beautiful. Somebody heard me say it some time ago. Washington, D.C. is not America. It's its own country, like Walt Disney once was, which the FBI removed that. He's been dead, and all the things coming out of there, they can't hide no more. The Vatican and in England. These places are their own little countries, which is pure. This is where the evil works from. They don't speak on Sweden or Denmark because those are central points for something very ominous. I can't get into that because I don't have all the ends. I have people who I communicate who live in those countries, and lately they've been kind of silenced. Platforms removed. Always with the core, be careful. How can you have a place that asserts rules and dominance over people that does not apply to them? Because most of our people don't pay attention, nor do they know. Unwitting power, how do you say it? Unwittingly or unknowingly involved. Yeah. That's why I keep telling my people self-identification was always meant for us. Everything they put out there was a game to see if we would ever come around. And what do the majority of people do because of the state, where they're at, and what they're around? They succumb and they give sway, and they choose everything outside of who they really are, and therefore easily dismissible. When it's like us, they have enough shock troops running around who are ignorant, and they forget the country to which they're born and what it's really supposed to be all about. And in their arrogance, decisively, they undermine the very core of what they do, depending on whether they're just psychotic or whatever it is. You see, I put up the liberal socialist movement. When did and capitalism. When did we become capitalists? I remember our kings, like our Khan Lincoln. That's what he was. He was a hard worker. Somebody who studied law, constitution for the republic. That's why they got rid of him. McKinley also the same thing. People have a hard time being practical in their understanding because they don't know these things. Somebody don't want to post comment about hand signals, and I'm like, hand signals? I'm a martial artist and I do yoga, and shadow work. If that's what it is, then I've taken it back. I'm implicating it based on the reality and compare it to the lies of how it's been used. So there you go. If you want to comment again, instead of being intrusive and obstructive, be intelligent, be intellectual, rise to the occasion instead of falling for everything you've been given. All right. At one point, I became very upset with the intimidation. I went out to the government car at the crib. I showed the man in the car my 9mm pistol and told him that we were fed up with their intimidating tactics. I told him that if he or anyone else wanted to know something about me, they should come to the house, sit down, have a cup of coffee, and I would be happy to tell them anything that they wanted to know. I informed him that if any further attempt was made to harass me or my family, I would not hesitate to use my pistol. I then walked behind his car and wrote the license number down. He started the car and drove off. And we have not detected any overt signs of surveillance since that day. They did not give up on us. No one knew the location of our new house when we moved to Arizona. However, when we drove into the driveway, a government car showed up right behind us. What is it, Papa? Huh? And look up his death, and you'll see how he died. Look it up. The man got out and said he was lost and wanted to know who lived here. I asked him why he wanted to know. He stated that he was a census taker. He said it was his job to ensure that no one out here in the country was left out of the census. He asked my name. I told him to get off the property and to not ever come back. He protested, but left when he saw that I was serious. In parentheses, it states, I merely asked Annie to get my pistol out of the car. How many people would say that I was paranoid at this instance? Paranoia is a very good tool to utilize. The CIA moves and operates on it. At least they used to. Until they discover that the census takers do not drive government cars. I don't like saying the CIA because I actually know a couple of ex-agents who were really wonderful guys. So, not to dirty the water, nor not to clean it. I was at the post office. I was at the post office one morning when a county sheriff's deputy asked the clerk at the window next to the one where I was buying stamps if William Cooper had rented a box. I smiled as the clerk handed him my rental agreement and he copied the information. He didn't learn anything. As we live in the country where there are no addresses, the form had only Stolen Boulevard listed. A lot of people live on Stolen Boulevard. So you see what he said? A county sheriff. People are implicated by actions believing that there are some kind of responsible individuals, and they know not what they do. We have been taken advantage of by every crooked con man, TV producer, scriptwriter, already author, and flim flam expert that there is in this country. I have learned that the TV and print media reporters and producers that I have met are a pack of liars. They are not objective and don't give a damn about the truth. The only really open media left to the public is talk radio. Very much so. And even talk radio won't discuss certain subjects. My material has been copied, changed, and even plagiarized. A lot of people have used my material to make money without my knowledge or permission. A Hollywood producer wanted to buy the exclusive rights to my story for $1. Bill Hamilton begged me to let him include my material in his book. Don't worry, I'm still writing my screenwrite. Don't get it twisted. Just to inform you. Entitled Alien Magic. He pretended to be a friend, and I let him. I asked for no money, and he offered none. His entire book consists of other people's material. He now accuses me of stealing his information. Bill Hamilton turned out to be just another UFO flake. I have since learned that I am not the only person of whom he has taken advantage of. The most damaging scam was perpetrated by two old has-been actors turned con men named Michael Collin and Douglas Dean. I doubt seriously that you will remember either one. Collin was a regular in the cheapy teen beach blanket movies, and Dean never got beyond bit parts and chorus lines. I got involved with them when another actor named Bruce Reed called and asked if I would consent to meet with him, and a friend who preferred to remain anonymous. I agreed that they could come to the house where we could talk on familiar turf. I was not eager to meet with someone I did not know, and especially with an anonymous person away from familiar surroundings. Reed and friend showed up at my home, and the friend turned out to be Michael Collin. They told me that they had read my material and wanted to help. What a joke that statement turned out to be. They told me that they knew how to get me in front of millions of people where I could deliver my message. Colin was slick. He told me he was only interested in helping spread the information, but talked me into signing a 5-year management contract that gave him a full 20% of the gross of all my earnings, no matter what the source. He swore that if I didn't show results within 6 months, he would tear up the contract. The first thing that Colin did was shaft his partner, Bruce Reed. He cut Reed out of the action to prevent me from finding out that he had done it, only to get Reed's half of the 20%. Colin told me that Bruce was a drug dealer. Wow. Colin said that the public would find out eventually and Reed's drug involvement would damage me. Everything Colin told me about Reed turned out to be a lie. Stan Barrington called me next, wanting to know why I was trying to dump him. I didn't know what he was talking about. It turned out that Colin was trying to force Stan into giving up his 24% so that Colin could form a 50-50 partnership with me. I told Stan that I had no intention of dumping him. I told him that his 24% was his and that he could keep it, sell it, or give it away, and that he did not need my permission. Stan felt much better after that conversation and told Colin to go fly a kite. At that point, Colin began working on me to get rid of Stan, and I refused. I also told him that he had nothing invested and therefore did not warrant anything. His job was to manage according to our contract. Douglas Dean entered the picture at the January 7th, 1989 lecture that I gave at the Showboat Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas. Colin brought him to videotape the lecture so that we would have a tape to sell for those thousands of people who pleaded with us to produce a tape. The agreement was that he would tape the event and the tapes would belong exclusively to me. In return, if the tapes turned out good, Dean would get a contract to produce future tapes. The tapes were terrible, and I told both Dean and Colin, that I did not want tapes of that poor quality being sold to anyone. They did it anyway behind my back and began the process of stealing my master tapes from all of my other lectures. At the same time, Colin drained all the business accounts. He borrowed 1,400 from Stan to produce tapes and then kept the money and the tapes. A producer in Germany booked me to do a lecture in that country to secure the agreement. He sent $3,000 to be used for 2 first-class tickets and a guarantee that when I got there, I would not be canceled. The producer canceled when a German postal strike prevented him from advertising the event. Colin kept the man's $3,000. I did not find out about that until after I fired Colin. At my lecture in San Diego at the Whole Life Expo, I found out that Dean was selling tapes and asking people to make checks out to Need to Know Productions, a phony company. I immediately fired Dean. I informed Colin that we were to do no more business with him whatsoever, and I discovered that Colin was telling me that we were having tapes duplicated in Hollywood for $15 per tape. But in reality, Dean was doing it on VCRs at his home in Arizona. I asked Colin to return all my master tapes for all my lectures. He refused, and I fired him. When I got rid of Colin, he had stolen everything that we had. We were left literally penniless. He was in possession of all of our master tapes from all of my lectures, and we were broke and homeless at that point. If it had not been for a few good friends in Minnesota, we would have not survived. We would be in the streets today. Colin and Dean continue to injure us by selling tapes from my lectures. We get nothing from those sales, and they are the most despicable con men and thieves you can imagine. I paid a visit to Dean's home one Saturday morning to ask him for my master tapes. He was not home, and after a polite conversation with his handyman, I returned to my home. A few days later, the sheriff's department called and asked me if I had been to Dean's home that same Saturday. I told him that I had. He asked me if I had tried to break in Dean's home, and I told him that I had not. He thanked me, and that was the end of it. I had no idea what it was all about until I was served with a restraining order. It seems that Dean's guilty conscience had made him afraid that I would return. He slid his own tires, made a report to the sheriff. Yeah, these fucking sheriffs. Anyway, sheriff, that I had done it, and then procured a restraining order from the local court. I have never been questioned or accused by the police or sheriff other than what I have already disclosed. I believe that their goal from the very beginning was to try and destroy my efforts at educating the American people. They damn near succeeded. Chapter 1. Excerpts from Silent Weapons for Quiet Wars. Copy furnished by Mr. Tom Young, a fellow warrior in the cause of freedom. Excerpts printed word for word exactly as discovered, with added comments by William Cooper, emphasis added by William Cooper. Behold the pale horse, William Cooper. The Illuminati's declaration of war on the people of America. Above title added by William Cooper. William Cooper, author's note. I read top secret documents that explain that silent weapons for quiet wars is the doctrine adopted by the policy committee of the Bilderberg Group during its first known meeting in 1954. A copy found in 1969 was in the possession of naval intelligence. The following document, dated May 1979, was found on July 7, 1986. In an IBM copier that had been purchased at a surplus sale. My second year in the Navy. I think it was the second or third year in the Navy. July. Top secret silent weapons for quiet wars. An introductory programming manual, operations research technical manual, TMSW 7905.1. Welcome aboard. This publication marks the 25th anniversary of the Third World War, called the Quiet War, being conducted using subjective biological warfare fought with silent weapons. This book contains an introductory description of this war, its strategies, and its weaponry. May 1979. Number 74-1120. Security. It is patently impossible to discuss social engineering or the automation of a society, i.e., for example, the engineering of social automation systems, and in parentheses it states, silent weapons, on a national or worldwide scale without implying extensive objectives of social control and destruction of human life, i.e., for example, slavery and genocide. This manual in itself an analog declaration of intent. Such a writing must be secured from public scrutiny. Otherwise, it might be recognized as a technically formal declaration of domestic war. Furthermore, whenever any person or group of persons in a position of great power and without full knowledge and consent of the public uses such knowledge and methodology for economic conquest, it must be understood that a state of domestic warfare exists between said person or group of persons and the public. The solution of today's problems requires an approach which is ruthlessly candid, with no agonizing over religious, moral, or cultural values. Again, the solution of today's problems requires an approach which is ruthlessly candid, with no agonizing over religious, moral, or cultural values, to be numb, regardless of knowing the truth, that religion is truth or lies. And you see that you will own nothing, Mr. Schwab himself. You will own nothing, and blah, 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 blah. And you see what they've been doing. You have qualified for this project because of your ability to look at human society with cold objectivity, and yet analyze and discuss your observations and conclusions with others of similar intellectual capacity, without a loss of discretion or humility. Such virtues are exercised in your own best interest. Do not deviate from them. I'd have been the perfect selection because I can't stand. I have love now and compassion. But boy, walking around and looking at people, I just saw meat suits. Nothing I had. William Cooper, author's note. All above emphasis on mine, as are those in the following two sections, and including bracketed additions throughout. I do not recognize this document, based on the document's own admission, as a formal declaration of war by the Illuminati on the citizens of the United States of America. I acknowledge that a state of war exists and has existed between the citizens of the United States of America and the Illuminati aggressor. Based on this recognition, I present to you that the peaceful citizens of this nation are fully justified in taking whatever steps may be necessary, including violence, to identify, counterattack, and destroy the enemy. I base this statement on the God-given right of any peaceful people to defend themselves against attack and destruction by any enemy waging war against them. I cite the principles outlined in the Declaration of Independence, the Constitution of the United States of America, and the fully recognized and acknowledged historical precedents that have served as the justification for destruction of tyrants. And you see those groups right now, and they've got 8 Democrats in Congress illegally who are anti-gun, want to remove the guns. And what is that called? Community, town, something for against gun violence. And they soup it up all sweet. We want to stop gun violence, but it's not the legal people. It's the criminals that they're a very small number, very small percent. It's to disarm you. Historical introduction. Silent weapon technology has evolved from operations research, OR, in parentheses, a strategic and tactical methodology developed under the military management, Eisenhower, in England during World War II. The original purpose of operations research was to study the strategic and tactical problems of air and land defense, with the objective of effective use of limited military resources against foreign enemies. For example, logistics. It was soon recognized by those in positions of power, in brackets, the Council of Foreign Relations, and that the same methods might be useful for totally controlling a society, but better tools were necessary. Social engineering, and then states in parentheses, The analysis and automation of a society, and requires the correlation of great amounts of constantly changing economic information, such as data, in parentheses. So a high-speed computerized data processing system was necessary which could race ahead of the society and predict when society would arrive for capitulation. Relay computers were too slow, but the electronic computer invented in 1946 by J. Presper Eckert and John W. Mauchly filled the bill. The next breakthrough was the development of the simplex method of linear programming in 1947 by the mathematician George B. Dantzig. Then in 1948, the transistor invented by J. Bardeen, W. H. Brattain, and W. Shockley promised great expansion of the computer field by reducing space and power requirements. With these three inventions under their direction, those in positions of power strongly suspected that it was possible for them to control the whole world with the push of a button. Immediately, the Rockefeller Foundation got in on the ground floor by making a 4-year grant to Harvard College, funding the Harvard Economic Research Project for the study of the structure of the American economy. 1 year later, in 1949, the United States Air Force joined in. In 1952, the original grant period terminated, and a high-level meeting of the elite, Illuminati, in brackets, was held to determine the next phase of social operations research. The Harvard Project had been very fruitful, as is borne out of by the publication of some of its results in 1953, suggesting the feasibility of economic social engineering, in parentheses. In parentheses, it states, studies in the structure of the American economy, copyright 1953 by Wesley Leontief, International Sciences Press, Inc., White Plains, New York, obviously liberal. End. Engineered in the last half of the decade of the 1940s, the new quiet war machine stood, so to speak, in sparkling gold-plated hardware on the showroom floor by 1954. With the creation of the Master in 1954, the promise of unlocking unlimited sources of fusion atomic energy from the heavy hydrogen in seawater, and the consequent availability of unlimited social power was a possibility only decades away. The combination was irresistible. The Quiet War was quietly declared by the international elite, the Bilderberg Group, in brackets. At a meeting held in 1954, these Bilderberg Group meetings? Although the silent weapons system was nearly exposed 13 years later, the evolution of the new weapons system has never suffered any major setbacks. This volume marks the 25th anniversary of the beginning of the Quiet War. Already, this domestic war has had many victories on many fronts throughout the world. And I'll tell you that the Korean killed those fake in position, doing what they're doing over there. They are part of it. So everything you see going on in Korea, they're all with it. That's what I heard from a Korean, a retired ROK Marine. Anyway, he worked security. I can't say nothing else. I am alleging based on the book reading and what I've heard. I don't know. I'm not there. In 1954, it was well recognized by those in positions of authority that it was only a matter of time, only a few decades, before the general public would be able to grasp and upset the cradle of power. For the very elements of the new silent weapon technology were as accessible for a public utopia as they were for providing a private utopia. The issue of primary concern and the dominance revolved around the subject of the energy sciences. And we'll get into energy tomorrow. I can read on, but I'm going to break this up because you got to remember it's a book I'm reading. Whatever I insert is alleged, in my opinion, from what we see. It is what it is. Y'all know where I stand on the end part of this. I don't care what they do. The thing is, a lot of y'all, and some of y'all live in liberal states and you see exactly what's going on, but you're blind to it. You are indoctrinated And I can't say largely or small, but you have not done anything to make change, to get away from it, to where you could really make change. That's all I can say to that. I'm not going to go into that. Not on here. So, hope y'all enjoyed that reading. Of course, we're going to come back and we're going to read the other several ebooks. And the whole Pale Horse is phenomenal. I've read quite a little bit. It's just an excellent read. It's whether you want to see it as entertainment, fiction, it's on you. Study up on the gentleman. He's got plenty of footage out there, plenty on YouTube, and is it the William Cooper, www.williamcooper.com, something I forget. Anyway, just look it up on your computer. Don't do it on your phone. It's not going to pull it up as well, I don't think. Unless you got one of those super computer iPhone gimme gadget that, I don't have all that. All right. So I'm going to give a shout out. Rondo, what's going on, brother? Rep, what's going on, baby girl? ABJR, Gray Wolf. I hope this stuff is halfway decent for you guys that I'm reading. I really do. And I appreciate the music. It is beautiful. I listen to it all the time. And there's many other ones that are copyright stuff that I will not play on here. Onion disease. Yeah. I wash my hands. I it's over there. I'm gonna put it in a Ziploc bag. I got rubber gloves, so I'm gonna take it back over there and get some. Yes, better safe than sorry. Correct. Navy Poet, what's going on? West Side, what's happening? Alexander playing. He wanted to play. The symbol means Namaste Om, which is peace. What? That's what I want to get to the finute of what it means. Peace to all in chat. Peace to y'all. Bill was into yoga. So cool. Yeah. Well, from what I understand, yes, his wife was Chinese too, and I was looking into his daughter. Yeah. Dorothy. It says Dorothy Jenkins Cooper, age 86 of Trumbull, beloved wife of William Bill Cooper, died peacefully at home on June 28, 2010. Someone asked. Why did it do that? Come on. Excuse me. That's a big game here. He was slain. Yeah, William Cooper was slain in a shootout, I believe, in Arizona with police. Maybe she is hold on. I want to do this right. I don't want to do things wrong and, be putting up false information. That's not what I'm not about that. I can't stand people that do that. Well, we'll use the available information that's out there. You dig? We'll use the available information that's out here, and we will not cross that line, which I think is one of the most dastardly things that can be done, honestly. Here it is, 2 pages back. Here we go. Anyway, let me just go and put it in there. William Cooper was born 1860. No, that's an Australian Aboriginal. Okay, here we go. They will not pull up his daughter. Now I can look somewhere else, but I'll do that off of here. I believe his daughter either might be protected and safe. What would y'all think? Now, I had heard that both him and his wife were murdered together. But here they have her dying in 2010. When Ann Cooper was born in 1560 in Thurgatorn, I can't even pronounce that, in Virginia, Norfolk, England, her father, Thomas Cooper, was 20 and her mother, that's wrong. They don't even have it in here, y'all. Y'all believe that? It's nowhere. Wow. They don't even have images of her, guys. Except for the one where you see when she's a little girl. Let me see. What Wikipedia, we know who owns that. Okay. Usually when you see a bio, right? What do they put in there? They put the whole family in there, right? They don't have his wife's name. Resting place, Springerville Cemetery, Springerville, Arizona. Cause of death, gunshot. Died November 5th, 2001, age 58, Eager, Arizona. Born in Long Beach, California, 1943. Conspiracy theorist, radio broadcaster, author. Nothing about his wife nor his daughter. He has been described as a militia theorist. Anyway, I'm not going to say all that dumb stuff. Cooper was killed in 2001 by sheriff's deputies after he shot at them during an attempted arrest. I guarantee you they weren't sheriffs. But y'all look it up for yourselves. I'm sitting here. Hold on, let me see something. Let me see something else. Excuse me. If you can find something, share it. Share it with the people. I just want to know where she's at. If she, what's going on? Is she cool? I mean, nothing. nothing. Oh, let me put in this. Ah. Let's see what this pulls up. No, wrong thing. Here we go. This is pretty interesting. Look, it don't matter what you put in. Oh, okay. Nope. William Henry Cooper, after World War II, they moved. Nope. Dude. Wow. Did any of y'all find anything? I'm actually doing that because I'm not surprised. So, nothing. I just find it very, very, very mundane, actually. They said a man who knew too much. That's all I see. And it's pretty weird. And then it goes right into Prince. It goes into the Queen and the Prince and all that. Is there something that goes with that? I don't know. So you got Bill Cooper. Put in Bill Cooper. All right, and see what you pull up. I'm just doing it in front of y'all to see what I find, and I'm here to tell you right now, nothing. Not that I really want to find, I'm just saying. I'm going to put in another keyword. Ann Cooper. Is that Ann? Is that her? Is that her? But she spells it A-N-N-E. So who is this one? I can't pull up anything. If y'all find something cool, share it, whatever. You know what I mean? I was just trying to see if there was something there. There's a lot on Mr. Bill William Cooper, but other than that, when you attempt to look up his daughter, nothing. Is that a good thing? I don't know. It's a possibility. You still have Bill Cooper's channel out there, and who's managing it, I couldn't tell you. I mean, it's 68,000 subscribers, so that tells you got a bunch of dummies in the world. He's got a lot of videos. It's pretty cool. I've watched some of them. They're pretty cool. But it has Milton William Cooper, Hume 1, U.S. Navy, Vietnam, May 6, 1943, November 6, 2001. Behold the Messenger, complex simplicity, hour of the time, music. That was 11 months ago. So, check it out. I mean, he's got a lot of videos on his page, guys. But yeah, I can't find nothing on his. What did you find, Rondo? They slandered him as a conspiracy theorist. I know. Scott's borrow. Is that Grand Elevation? Yeah, what's going on, Benji? What's going on, family? How you doing? Rep, what is that? What is that? What was that? Hold on, I'm ready. Dang it, Red. Yeah, keep you in peace. Good. So sad how he was killed. It's sad anybody. So what is that? I'm gonna have to let me see. I think y'all gonna go to the side when I tap on this. Let me see. Y'all shouldn't go away. Let me see. It took me completely away from you, so I'm gonna have to look at that later. But I believe, don't say what foundation you're using. And then what you got there, Rondo, they slandered him as a conspiracy theorist. Of course, that's what they have to do. Yeah, namaste. Namaste, that's what they say it means. Namaste is blessings to you, like peace be unto you. Like when the Japanese, it's kind of honor, but it's not supposed to be outside. It's supposed to be inward. You get what I'm saying? Let me see what they put out here, because they put a bunch of stuff to keep people away from the truth of the most important things in the world. So this is namaste. All right, let me as you know, that is it. And I would advise all of y'all to read The Deep Sleep State, The Material World. It's the different things, the dream state. And these are the things, the infinite, the absolute consciousness. To remove all the worldly things, which you're a part of, to reach the higher elevation. Remember we said Jacob's Ladder, 33rd vertebrae, what's called Atlas holding up the universe, not the world. And the world is all we've been made to believe it is when it's not. We are beyond the scope of it. Okay, and the sound, what they call the soundless sound, that's why I chant, I om. I tune into that sound I hear in my head to connect to the Earth's frequency to get rid of the soundless sounds. All this noise we hear around us is soundless. It's mindless. It's the silent war against you. So we have to tap into the true sound that brings harmony and balance. Now, we were together and doing it, it would be different. For those who are serious. Those who are not would be a distraction, a break. And you would know it because you wouldn't be finding that comfort in the natural, the order of sound. Now, as far as what it states, the meaning of namaste translates to bowing to you. Bowing to you. Who's bowing to you? That means not to be sacrificial or serving outside of you. It means for you to seek the better interpretation or interpolation, the better you. Namaste. It's to be calming, to it's self-focus. You dig what I'm saying? And the gesture has a special place in yoga and Hinduism, which, however, it is not a religious symbol, no, but a spiritual one. And exactly, it's for them to even say a gesture, it is not. Well, I guess they mean, so when I come in and say, hey, how's it going? It's a gesture of a greeting. Isn't a greeting a greeting? How about it just being normalized away from the norms of what we think? So namaste, self-interpretation, means that you don't have to interpret yourself as you see yourself, but find the inner who you are, to which needs no interpretation. You dig? No, that's fine, honey. And one of them probably come along and they'll tell you something different too, to keep us all stuck on the outside. I don't know. Possible, right? But anyway, it was good. Who all came in? Anybody else come in? Yeah, I'm gonna tap on those when I get the chance. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's important that, hey, look, man, it's good to read stuff. It's good. We see things all around. Hey, you see where alluded in the first part of that, they stated, well, they'll be arrogant. They'll be doing it right out in their faces. You see that right now. And people before all this crap, everybody was talking about a pale horse. But obviously, I saw a lot of people talking about the pale horse from right where I'm from. They all went out and got. So that tells you they never read nothing. People, not you, baby girl, not you, brother. People, as we can see, will do a lot of that, right? And we know this to be a fact, right? And we see them all the time going, man, will he be quiet? But see, we're at the time, not to be perplexed, but to tell people, yeah, just be quiet because you don't know what you're talking about. You're misleading people just as you're misleading. You've been misled. Seeing how you're walking with the pack of the misled, don't say nothing. And not have feelings and emotions, and don't get all torrential like a downpour, a tsunami, or something like that, or a monsoon, and just say it, look, and then keep it moving. I think we throw around the word elevate around too much too. I attempt to say elevation, grand elevations, because I believe that people seek a better growth of themselves. I don't know the answer to how to do that. I can only imply what I do, even in the most dire of moments, to express and to let you walk with me. You can never walk in my footsteps like nor can I walk in yours. You can follow them if you choose, but I would advise you not to. But to walk with you. Because walking with you, you may see something I don't see, I miss. Or vice versa. Imagine all of us walking together. You get where I'm coming from. So with that, I'm going to shut it down. I'm going to go and check that food. No onions. I could run out and grab one. I don't want one, no. I'm just going to eat it the way it is. Make my little rice. Oh, I got a yam. It's ready. So I'll cut that up and serve it with that. It's going to be banging. And some spinach. Anyway, I'll see y'all here in a little bit. And we'll get into our other. I know y'all like, what's going on with homegirl? Heaven Bears. Where we at? She's going to save them. Romance and fantasy, baby. And exposition. Exposing. And Howdy McHousey's revision. And Mr. Heschler. You know. We'll get into all that. How are you, Anissa? How's it going? How are you all? Achukma. So, I'm going to go ahead and shut it down. I appreciate everybody coming in. For those who haven't subscribed, if you're watching, subscribe. You know, the more we get closer to that time, if permitted. Sure, they're watching. Why must not anybody else watch? And you know, tomorrow a.m. I'll have some more slapstick, mess with everybody type stuff to, throw around. Sadly, we have individuals who are so divided and separated because they don't want to make the correlation for correction. And that's in itself very disturbing. We must become a people when correction is made that we look at it. And if it doesn't apply, then we keep moving forward. But if it applies, we must be sincere and honest with self to be able to make that change for the better. You dig what I'm saying? Oh yeah, I'm about to put it down. The sauce, everything is just on low. It's just boobily. I gotta go chop up that cilantro, throw it in there, chop up the green onions, throw it in there, and it's gonna be fabuloso. And chop up about 4 more pieces of garlic. I'm more positive. I'm cool with the garlic. I don't care. Chop those up and throw it in there, and then my rice. Take Mahatma, baby, long grain. I'm about to whip that up in about 15 minutes. Woohoo! Olive oil, parsley and garlic. And I'm gonna sit back just like this whole hot, juicy Manuka honey dandelion root tea that look like coffee and smell like coffee. And it's bitter as dookie. I didn't put a cinnamon stick in it because it was too strong. But anyway, I'll see y'all in a few hours. We'll get those readings on. So have yourself ready, rounded. No need to go out drinking this poison. That's why I put on fireball shots. Tell people around you that matter to stop drinking it. It's chemical. There's no whiskey. It's chemical. It's like going overseas when we go to France and Toulon and Dubai and Iraq. We used to drink what's called Stella beer. We didn't know that we were literally mummifying ourselves. It's formaldehyde with very minute of alcohol. I was like, we was getting jacked up, and nobody fell on the piss test. Well, they didn't give none. Everybody was drinking it. Man, we was walking around in comas. Wasn't nobody looking for no woman, no nothing. We did. I mean, literally, everybody was getting nicknames called Fallout, Timber, Lay Me Over, because we was boom. Anyway, let me start. All right, anyway, I love y'all. My beautiful sisters coming in the house. My brothers, you already know. In a few hours, I'll get with you guys. All right. Slumps is great for moving heaven. Yes, and I have to plenty of it. So I appreciate everybody coming in. And y'all have a grand time. And share this, please. I appreciate it. Have some people come over. The next reading is gonna be great, and everybody knows it. We're finishing up Enoch. We're getting halfway through the book of the book of Nephilim. The book of Giants. I was thinking about pulling Flatlandis back out because I have the books to go with it. That would be a long one. That would be just a reading in itself. So I'm gonna finish these. I'm definitely gonna tomorrow. I think I'll finish off the Arawak, which I read to some of y'all, and I just wanted to get some things in there which y'all saw. Some of the information in there is phenomenal, right? Some of the information in the Arawak book is just unbelievable. We left off right here. Ain't that much to go. I could have read it all in one sitting. It's phenomenal. Okay? And the maps, everything in here. And it kind of alludes to the fact that even the slave trade was pure bullshit. If anybody was slaves, there were those taken from the southern part, Easter Island, all of them murdered by Britain, England, and France, all the way up until they changed it to the Gulf of Mexico when it was the Choctaw Lake. Everything, they just rewrote everything overnight. J.D. Rockefeller was right behind it. He came with instructions from something, someone, or trust me. Anyway, I'll chat with y'all later, and we'll get into it. Love you guys more than anything. Oh, and y'all can donate for them books. God dang it! Which one did I order? Yeah, she told me about this mug. I'm gonna ahead and order it, man. I'm gonna show y'all this. Somebody shared with us a good rep, and I said I got to get that. Y'all know me and them books, man. So anyway, Louisiana and the Fair, $30.40. I ordered it. You already know that. I added it to the court. I ordered it. Hopefully we'll get that soon as possible. But it takes a month, from what I understand about these individuals, these feminities. Hello, it's loading slow. Hold on. I want to show y'all. All right, sign in. Always sign me in, man. I'm supposed to be automatic. Just keep me signed in. I didn't ask to come out, mother sucker. Keep me signed in, you piece of runt. I don't need to come out. Okay? Anyway. So $159.41 for these several books. All right? These several books right here is one. So when I get up to, that's for that. But I still need some help with the other ones, decoding Doomsday and all that crap and then the ones that are ordered. Important message about items in your cart. One item in your cart has changed prices. No kidding. They added It actually went down like 5 cents. Hold on. All right, this is my account. Okay. Hello, James. Shut up. Okay. Order is tracking. All right. Not yet shipped. Abraham Africanus, what is going on here? Track. We will email you when we have an estimated delivery date. What is the problem, bruh? I'm gonna let the Hindus and the Chinese take over that. No slander to the people, but the governments, you better get it here, motherfucker. Anyway, we already know that Lincoln was a nigger, so I'm saying that to be spiteful, y'all. Excuse me. Not that I care. There we go. Hold on. I just gotta make sure. What is all of that crap right there? Anyway, what is going on with the loading of my stuff, man? So anyway, this is the one that she said, The Gods of Eden by William Bramley. So you know me. And it ain't expensive. And then there's another one, Encyclopedia of Herbal Medicine. That's fine. I got so many books on herbal medicines and stuff. I think I've even shared a bunch of those. And so let's go ahead. It was in DuckDuckGo. That's why it came up. And I was wondering why in the hell. Excuse me. Here we go. All right. And it's only, and it's cheap, y'all. Now, this one, mass market paperback, it says 12 something. She paid 7. Dag naked. So paperback, the hardcover is $80. Dead ass serious, y'all. I'm not getting no hardcover. I'm just getting that right there. No, that's when I ordered it. Okay. Yeah, it is ordered, and its arrival date says right. Yeah, that's not going to the res. Some of my books were going to the res, my old address. It says March 1st, estimated delivery, y'all. No, I'm serious. Look, I gotta. It's so small. Look, I'm gonna show y'all how small it is. And y'all know I wear glasses for distance, all right? All right, hold on. All right, there we go. What? I used to get books in 2 weeks. What's going on, y'all? That's Amazon. So I had to order that one, y'all. I'm sorry. Anyway. There we are. So let me get the hell off of here and go and check my food because I am starving. Yeah, Amazon Prime. Yeah, hon. I know. Anyway, I'll see you guys later, all right? And yo, get some more people to come over and tell them stop being all nervous. I ain't gonna beat them up. I know I'll say some things to kind of shake people up and then they figure if they ignore me, they can still do it and say dumb things, but I go and watch all their videos. Yes, I do. And then I sit there and I just go. Because I'm stubborn like Jonah, I just look at them and go, well, Nineveh, they repented and turned around and said, fuck God. And you know what happened to them? All you ever hear about is Sodom and Gomorrah. but you won't look at scorched earth. And them places are real, along with 2 other cities never talked about. Anyway, y'all have a tell them watch Catherine vids. Awesome. Yes, Catherine. I'm gonna put her in the thing. I respect you all and I love you all. Y'all have a grand evening. Until later.